Hello, learners. So, today we are going to talk about the basics of security. Before moving into the vulnerability management course, we should learn what are the different jargons we generally use into security, what are different terms, and how does they add the value to the vulnerability management. Okay. So, first of all, we are going to talk about the fundamentals of information security, which starts with CIA triad. CIA triad is like the three pillars of cybersecurity or information security. Whenever a risk assessment or a security audit need to be done, then the criticality of the vulnerability is find out by the help of CIA. Okay, so let's see in detail what CIA is about. The first is confidentiality. Confidentiality ensure that the data which has been sent is only private to the sender. Okay, and no one can read that data in between. So your confidentiality is maintained. What you are visiting on the internet, what you are trying to send on the internet, okay, the confidentiality of the user is maintained there. No one in between can capture the data, can read the data, and can try to edit the data. Cryptographic elements like encryption and decryption is something we use to get the confidentiality. Okay, so whatever you are accessing, your data will be secure. For example, let's see you are on an airport or you are on any railway station or any burger shop. You are accessing the free Wi-Fi there. Some other attacker is also using the same Wi-Fi. Then what is the guarantee the data you are accessing there is only private to you and the attacker is not able to see the data? So confidentiality make it sure that whoever will be getting the access to your data, they cannot understand, they cannot read it. That's why most of the websites has shifted from HTTP to HTTPS, because the data, your data is getting encrypted on HTTPS websites. The second thing is integrity. The integrity of data is maintained or not. That is what need to be evaluated by using integrity. What is integrity in generally? Integrity ensure that your data has not been altered in between. It means if you are saying hello, how are you to me, to any of your friend will get the same data. Hello, how are you? Okay. So the attacker is not able to get your data, not able to change the data in between. Okay. That's what we call integrity. Let's see you are using again a public Wi-Fi. You want to transit $100 to someone. Okay. And what happened? Let's see you are initiating the transaction for $100. Some attacker has got the access to data in between and he changed the data from 100 to $1,000, and your bank received the request that you want to transact $1,000 to that person. So this kind of incident won't happen, so we try to implement integrity into the system. The third one is availability. Availability is the final pillar of CIA. Availability is the idea of ensuring that the data information is accessible whenever it is needed. It means, let's say you have a website, your organization have a website. The website is something which can be accessed by any user anytime, in morning, in noon, in evening, in night. Doesn't matter. It's the choice of user whenever it wants to access the website. Okay, so the website should be available whenever the user want to access it. That's what we call availability. So whatever resource is needed by the user, all those resources are available at that time. That's what we call availability. So attack like DDoS can impact the availability of a system. So CIA confidentiality, integrity, and availability is something which is very important for the. Okay, whenever any control need to be built, these are the three factors which need to be met during that control implementation. Next is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is so similar to accountability. A person who has done a transaction or who have sent the message, he or she cannot deny that he or she has not sent the message. So it means there is non-repudiation. Let's see, you are again transacting some amount from your bank account. You transfer $100 to your friend, and later you go to your bank and you say, hey, no, I have not transacted any amount out there. So bank can say, you have used your username password, you have used your one-time password received on your mobile phone, your security code. So you cannot deny that you have not done a transaction. So non-repudiation is like the user who is performing some task, he cannot deny that he has not done that task for them. Then it comes about authentication and authorization. Authentication is about proving the user identity. You have username and password to log into some website. So you are an authentic user to get into the website. And authorization is your rights to do a particular task in that website or in that application. So authorization is applicable after the authentication only. When you will be authenticated into the website, then only you will be authorized to do such things. Okay. We generally use 3 factors in authentication. First is what you have, like your username, your password, what you are, your biometrics, okay, your retina scan, your fingerprints. And then there is the third one is the OTPs, the one-time password. So we have what you are, what you have, and what you know, your fingerprint, your username, password, and your OTPs. These are the 3 factors which is used to authenticate a user into any website. If you are using any one of them out of 3 or any more than one out of 3, then it is called dual factor authentication. So that's about the basic of CIA Pride. Next is risk, threat, and vulnerability. So as written, vulnerability is a weakness which can be exploited. So it's a kind of a loophole or a weakness which can be exploited by some attacker. Threat is a malicious activity which can actually damage the data, and risk is multiplication of impact and likelihood. Risk is like you are having a vulnerability into a system. The vulnerability can be exploited, yes or no. There's an exploit available, so there's a risk. If the vulnerability is there but the exploit is not available, there is a less risk. So the risk can be positive or the risk can be negative also. So most of the organization who perform risk assessment, they use this formula to find out the risk. Risk is equals to P and I. P is the probability, which is known as likelihood also. And I is impact, how much that particular thing is impacting the system. So finding out the vulnerability into a system is similar like finding out the risk in the software system. So if you want to try this formula, risk is equals to impact into likelihood, I'll try to take a case study in between. Let's see a DOS attack. A DOS attack is getting executed on some website, on some application. So first of all, what will be the impact of DOS attack? If the DOS attack is successful, the device can be down. It means it will be impacting the availability. The impact is high. What is the likelihood that the DOS attack can take place on such a website? The likelihood is also high because a website is available to everyone, to every kind of a user. We do not know who will be accessing the website. So anyone can try to access the website and can try to launch the attack on that. That's about the risk, threat, vulnerability, and the loophole. Next, we are going to talk about cyber security framework. Okay, so most of the organizations use a framework and the standards to implement cyber security related controls into the organization. Okay, so the cyber security framework, the one we are going to discuss now, is developed by NIST, which is a national organization to protect the data generally into the United States of America. So let's talk about NIST framework now. So NIST framework has 5 phases, or you can say these are the 5 modules we have into NIST framework, which is identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. Let's start with the identifier. Identify assets in organization. The first step is to find out what all assets we have in the organization. The assets are like desktop, printer, switches, routers, firewalls, all those kind of assets. It is very important to make a note of assets because whenever we are doing or whenever we are implementing some controls, so all of the system should get those controls. All of the system should get those updates. Let's see if the asset identification is not done. There are some servers who is running on older version of the operating system. You don't know about them as you do not have any note of them. They are not in your records. You won't be able to protect them. You cannot implement controls on them. So that's why identifying the assets is the first phase. Second is protect. When you have identified all the assets, what are the controls? What are the defensive controls you have put in place? When I say defensive controls, it's like what are the kind of basic security you have implemented on those assets? Basic security lies, are they updated to the latest version? Is their passwords implemented there on the systems or not? Okay, some basic hardening related controls are implemented or not. After that, the third is detects. The detection controls. What are the detection controls? Finding out the loopholes or the weaknesses into those systems. The vulnerability assessment and vulnerability management is something which comes under the detection controls. We need to find out what all kind of vulnerabilities these applications are having. After detect, we have respond. Whatever vulnerabilities or loopholes we have find out, how we can patch them. So what are the mitigation controls you are having to respond to those vulnerabilities? And last one is recover. Recover controls help when there's some disaster, there is some attack executed. Okay, your servers are not into its production stage. So how you can recover your servers or infrastructure to get back into the business, to make the production live. So how and what controls you can take in the recover one. That is the 5 phases has been used by most of the organization to implement security into their organization. The next we will be discussing need for vulnerability assessment. Thank you.